calling for more American strikes in America. And she was calling for more American strikes in the northern, she specifically stated northern part of the country. She didn't call for strikes in the southeastern part of the country that are suffering from the IPOP and sit at home and issues of separation, agitations of separation, killings that are going on.
You don't think that it's fair to say that the North is a top priority when it comes to insecurity?
The North is a top priority when it comes to insecurity, but it shouldn't be labeled as a crisis that is based on faith.
Is there a chance that you are misinterpreting the efforts as something that is targeting Muslims or North to destroy the region?
Of course, of course. It is a deliberate act.
But where's the facts?
The facts are numerous. Wherever America in the past 20 years has conducted war, it's in Islamic countries. From Somalia to Yemen to Iraq to recently in Iran. Forgetting the fact that millions of Christians are killed in Palestine today. Millions and millions of Muslims are being killed over the years. The recent count in just the 2025 crisis between the Palestinians and the Israelis, 70,000 people dead. Americans are not focusing on that. The European countries are not focusing on that. So this brings out the hypocrisy in this in the southern hegemony in the context of people with certain faith being designated as certain people.
So you're accusing the wife. You're accusing the wife of the president of what exactly? What did the first lady do?
The first lady has called for attacks. The American government, she did not mention terrorists. She did not mention terrorists.
Quoting
her word for word, she called for more strikes in the northern part of the country. That's quoting her word for word. And if you look at the narratives that are being sent out by certain media organizations in Nigeria here, you talk about Fulani herdsmen bandits. You don't talk about Igbo bandits. You label criminality and target to a certain faith, or you target to a certain ethnicity, is absolute profiling and it's condemnable. This is what we need to desist from doing. We should call a criminal, whatever his background of faith, whatever his background of ethnicity, whatever his background of geography, where he comes from. A terrorist is a terrorist. A criminal is a criminal. There is no need demonizing so many other people, innocent people. I'm a Fulani man, back and forth. If you say Fulani herdsman bandit, you're including me. There are criminals that I don't associate with. There are criminals that I condemned their acts.
But isn't there a chance that, I mean, the possibility that all the things you're saying could be true? However, the same narrative could also be empirical, that the bandits are majority from the Fulani extraction, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But if the bandits are from the Fulani extraction, then are you calling every Fulani man a bandit?
Yeah, but that is the point that has not been made.
All right, let me ask you another question. The majority of the people in ESN and IPOP are Igbos. We up till now have the tag of unknown gunmen. Why is it that we don't have the tag Igbo gunmen? I'm asking you that same question.
I suppose you have to talk to the people who are using unknown gunmen.
No. I'm asking you the same question because you asked me the same question, that the majority of the herdsmen, the bandits, are Fulanis. And what is wrong with associating the Fulani?
I'm saying it's a fact that some of them are Fulani.
It's also a fact that 100% of members of ESN and IPOP that are perpetrating the criminality in southeastern part of Nigeria are Igbo people. Why don't we label them as Igbo gunmen? Why don't we label them as Igbo? Why is the equalization
important in your view? Why is the equalization?
The equalization is important in the sense that you will be able to understand the hypocrisy that is clouded in the narratives that is being sent to the outside world. Fortunately and unfortunately for the northern part of the country, it lacks the mouthpiece to express itself. Most of the media outlets that are dishing out news and news agendas for Nigeria, for Nigerians, to the outside world, are people that hardly even understand the northern part of the region. So they send out narratives that suit their own interests. It's commendable, and it is a matter of urgency and necessity for our leaders in the north to start thinking about a mouthpiece that is going to extend and that is going to spread our own thinking and our own narrative. We are peace-loving people, we are humble people, and we are a religious people. I have told you in a recent interview that was conducted here with me, a Christian that is living in any part of Kano State is safer than a Muslim that is living in any part of Plateau. And that's a fact. In the past 20 years, how many Christians were killed in Kano? In the past 20 years, how many Muslims were killed, murdered, gruesomely murdered in Plateau? We recently have the issue of General Al-Ghali. In the southeastern part of the country, we have the issue of Gulag. We have the issue of Harira that was killed along with her 6 children and a pregnant baby.
If you have to cherry pick incidents, there are others who would also cherry pick incidents of mob action, whether it's Deborah in Sokoto, for instance, or several other incidents where Christians have lost their lives as a result of their faith. I mean, there's always room for everybody to cherry pick and make his own point. But the larger conversation is, where are the common denominators?
The common denominators here is there is widespread insecurity in Nigeria, and it affects everybody. And the federal government needs to do the needful take a look at the legal brief that Joash Amopitan has written, dissect it, and look at the comments that are contained in that legal brief and the signals that it sends to the outside world.
Do you think the INEC chairman is responsible for what is playing out right now? Because you keep referencing that legal brief.
Of course, he is the one, he is the author of the legal brief. His seal is there, his name is on it. And up till today, he has not come out to dissociate himself from that legal brief. So we have to hold him accountable. It's a treasonable offense. I repeat it again, it's a treasonable offense calling for the use of external...
For a lawyer to...
It's a treasonable offense calling for the intervention of foreign military forces in your country, calling for the United Nations forces, the IAU forces, the ECOWAS forces.
You just said the First Lady is asking for military strikes in the north. Is that also treasonable felony as far as you're concerned?
The First Lady of the country made a statement, and that statement can be interpreted in a different manner. This we are talking about a legal brief, a document that is of 80 pages that somebody sat down, drafted, and even said in that legal brief that Fulanis were latecomers to Nigeria as they joined Nigeria in the 19th century, forgetting that the Usman Dan Fodio jihad took place over 200 years ago, and associating everything that is happening in Nigeria today to the jihad of Sheikh Usman Dan Fodio. What is the link? What he has successfully done in that legal brief is label any northern Muslim as complicit in the killing of Christians in northern Nigeria.
That is your understanding of it.
That's what he did.
I mean, that's your understanding of it.
That is what is contained in the legal brief.
Okay, so,
and that is what I understand from what I read in the legal brief.
You don't believe the New York Times reporting of an obscure screwdriver who has put together a report that has been used to reference what the U.S. Congress is using as
what
data
the
points.
U.S. Congress has done,
as data points.
What the U.S. Congress has done,
genocide.
What the U.S. Congress has done is listen to a narrative that is one-sided, perfected their investigation that is one-sided, never took time or care to go and listen to the people in Katsina, to go and listen to the people in Kaduna, to go and listen to the people in Zamfara, to go and listen to the people in Sokoto, to go and listen to the people in Maiduguri. All the references that are being made is that they had a visit, they investigated in Benue, and they were relying on materials that were being sent out from Nigeria. That is a one-sided approach to the whole matter, and it is grossly unfair to Engineer Rabi Musa Konkoso